Jai Hind everyone, welcome to my English classes. I hope everyone has by now adapted to this new normal mode of the teaching and learning process and that you are taking very good care of yourselves as that is the need of the hour. Well, before introducing the chapter that we will be discussing today, let me throw a word at you straight. This term will be familiar to most of you as it is a widely used term in today's context. The word is xenophobia. Xenophobia. So does it ring any bells? Yes. It means fear or hatred for someone belonging to some foreign land. This term has Greek origin, and if we divide it into two parts, the meaning will become clearer. Xenos means stranger and phobos is fear. Now this word directs us straight towards the topic of the day, and that is the chapter The 100 Dresses 1, The 100 Dresses 1 from your textbook First Flight. This story, which is in two parts, revolves around the girl Wanda Petronsky, who becomes the victim to xenophobia. And why? Because Wanda is a girl who hails from Poland, and she and her family are one of the several Polish immigrants to the US. So the setting of the story is in America, or the state of Connecticut to be specific. Now let us be introduced to the three characters around whom the entire story revolves. And they are, of course, Wanda, then Peggy, the most popular girl of the school, and Madeline or Maddie, who is Peggy's best friend. Alright? So Peggy and Maddie, accompanied by a few other girls of the school, love to have fun with Wanda. To have fun over here, of course, is a euphemism or just a subdued way of saying that they made fun of her or mocked at her. Now the obvious question is, why would they at all do that to Wanda? Why would they humiliate her? The answer to that lies in the little bit of background that surrounds this chapter. So as you know, that Wanda was a Polish immigrant. Poland is a middle European country, and I should say it has a very turbulent history. It went through partition thrice since it was first formed in the 10th century. And not only that, the entire country ceased to exist twice because of the multiple socio-political issues. Imagine a country being wiped off from the world twice. It was erased off completely. So what do you expect the people to do? Having lost their motherland and the endless tales of atrocities compelled many to flee to different nations. America was one country that saw the maximum number of Polish immigrants. As you will find it mentioned in your book as well, in the very introductory part, the first wave of migration began in the 17th century. But it was in and around the period of the two world wars that the US witnessed a humongous inflow of Polish immigrants. Today, however, Poland is an independent nation and also one of the strongest in the entire of Europe. Now that you know a bit of history of the context and also how Wanda ended up there, you can easily relate to as to why she was looked down upon and discriminated against by her classmates. They deemed her and her name Petronsky, which is a typical Slavic surname, as different or strange or even funny, as she belonged to a different background from them. Her economic situation was also not that favorable, which added to her misery. Now remember the three characters of the story, the three main characters of the story, Peggy, Maddie and Wanda. Out of these three, you will find that it is Maddie who goes through a whole lot of character development. She gets transformed from a meek, docile girl to someone who realizes her mistakes and makes every possible effort to atone for them or to make up for them. Now this again brings us to the point of the author. Alright, L. Soar Esther, B is silent, or Eleanor Esther, they both are the same person. So Esther was an American author and basically wrote children's books. A librarian most of her life, she brewed the story of the 100 Dresses, keeping her own life in mind. Yes, the story is quite autobiographical in nature and in fact is classified as a realistic fiction. Alright, as it has got a few elements of imagination, but the plot that it is based on is quite real. It has happened in real. So if you can connect a little, Eleanor is the same girl as that of Maddie. The name has been altered, but the person and the sensibilities remain the same. Throughout her life, the author was ridden with guilt and remorse for not standing up to Peggy and defend Wanda. So writing this story was perhaps a way for Eleanor to lessen that guilt and also to give the readers a message that we must never encourage such bullies. We must never be quiet, because being mum in such situations is as good as being an active part of it. Well children, I hope I have set a firm background for you to set the proceedings of the story on. In our next class, I'll summarize the chapter and also deal with a few relevant messages surrounding it. That is it for this lesson.